Have you ever sat and wondered what you would do if you had a fire and lost everything? Well, this nightmare came to reality for my uncle and aunt. The fuse box in their house caught on fire and all they had left was the clothes on their backs. The American Red Cross helped them by giving them clothes, food, and shelter in a motel room for months until they got on their feet again. I'm reporting to you today on this subject because it is very personal to me. The American Red Cross is a great organization and it always needs help from people just like you. I will be explaining to you some different things the American Red Cross does. Next, I will explain to you how you can help this worthier organization by donating money, blood, or volunteering your time. There are disasters and people that need help more and more every day. We can help our neighbors, friends, and family by donating money, blood, or volunteering your time to those who need it. The American Red Cross, a humanitarian organization led by volunteers and guided by its congressional charter and the fundamental principles of the International Red Cross movement, will provide relief to victims of disaster and help prevent, prepare for, and respond to emergencies. Why should you care? According to the Red Cross website, today, in addition to domestic disaster relief, the American Red Cross offers compassionate service in 5 other areas. Community services that help the needy, support and comfort for military members and their families, the collection, processing, and distribution of life-saving blood and blood products, educational programs that promote health and safety, and international relief and development programs. You or someone you know may need their help sometime. So by donating this can happen. Some examples of the American Red Cross helping people are as follows. As you have probably heard on the news, Tennessee and Oklahoma have been hit hard with flooding and tornadoes. The face of the Tennessee floods disaster relief effort is rapidly changing. American Red Cross volunteers continue to provide hot meals to the hungry, a warm cot to the displaced, and an understanding ear to those who have trouble. As stated from wordprocess.com, to date 1,764 Red Cross volunteers have housed 4,140 people in overnight stays, served 67,000 hot meals with 59 emergency response vehicles, provided 1,800 mental health consultations, distributed over 7,000 comfort kits, and provided 13,000 cleanup kits. Here is a picture of Laura Casanova receiving a warm dinner with her family. Another example is from the Columbus Red Cross website. Volunteers responded to a fire this Mother's Day, helping the 5 people affected with a safe place to stay, food, and clothes. So no matter what the size of the people are that are affected, the American Red Cross is there to lend a hand. They are where people mobilize to help their neighbors across the street, across the country, and across the world in emergencies. Each year in communities, large and small, victims of some 70,000 disasters turn to neighbors familiar and new. The more than 500,000 volunteers and 35,000 employees of the Red Cross. Through nearly 700 locally supported chapters, more than 15 million people gain the skills they need to prepare for and respond to emergencies in their homes, communities, and world. Some 4 million people give blood, the gift of life, through the Red Cross, making it the largest supplier of blood and blood products in the United States. And the Red Cross helps thousands of U.S. service members separated from their families by military duty stay connected. As part of the International Red Cross and the Red Crescent movement, a global network of 186 national societies, the Red Cross helps restore hope and dignity to the world's most vulnerable people. An average of 92 cents of every dollar the Red Cross spends is invested in humanitarian services and programs. The Red Cross is not a government agency. It relies on donations of time, money, and blood to do its work. Now that you understand what the American Red Cross does and need for them to do their work, let me tell you how to satisfy the need for helping the Red Cross. There are 3 different ways to help this organization. You can donate money to them so that you can help people in disasters such as having a fire, tornadoes, flooding, and feeding those in need. Secondly, you can donate blood. This will help people who are in car accidents and need a blood transfusion, for example. Thirdly, you can donate your time and volunteer, like feeding the hungry for those people who have lost their homes in a natural disaster. Another example would be to volunteer at your local Red Cross to help teach a class on CPR training. An example of giving blood that helps people is Medelia Ladore's story. According to the New England Blood Org website, Medelia has inherited a rare hereditary condition called hereditary spherocytosis. This condition causes red blood cells to become trapped in narrow blood passages, usually the spleen, where they break up, often leading to hemolytic anemia. Last year, Medelia required a blood transfusion. Thanks to the volunteer blood donors, Medelia is happy and healthy. By volunteering your time, you can help people like Max from Eastville, Lincolnshire. Following a major operation, Max was worried about how he would cope alone at home until a Red Cross volunteer offered to make regular visits to provide much-needed support. The Red Cross helps thousands of people following a short stay in the hospital and prevents unnecessary hospital admissions by providing extra support and care at home, according to redcross.org/UK. You should become involved in the American Red Cross because you don't want to feel like you didn't help someone when you could have. Think about the one person that you love so much that you can't get on with your life without them. What if that person was involved in an accident and they needed blood and there wasn't any available to them, the transfusion they needed? Would you offer your own blood to save their life? Well, I know that I would, as I'm sure your answer is the same. This is just one example of why you should do what you can to help the American Red Cross. Whether it is by donating blood, what money you can afford to give, or your time to help feed the hungry, we all need to do something to help this organization to help those in need. Now that I've told you what you can do, let me explain exactly how and where you can donate to the American Red Cross. I want each of you to give just $10 to this. If you can do more, fine. But don't you agree that $10 is within reach of all of us? You can do this one of many ways. First, you can go online to the redcross.org website and click on the donate option here on your left, and it will take you to different ways that you can donate. Every minute of the day, someone needs blood. The blood can only come from a volunteer donor, a person like you who makes the choice to donate. Lastly, if you want to become a volunteer, you can find your local Red Cross at the redcross.org website by putting in your zip code or by clicking on volunteer on the left. I would like for you to do all these things. Your involvement will help the American Red Cross help your neighbors, friends, and family that need help. By giving and doing these things, you help people that need help in your community and all over the world. I hope that I have persuaded you to do these things that I have mentioned. We all need to help people that are less fortunate than we are. Thank you and have a great day.